My name is Moez, and today I'll be talking about the case study of government of Zimbabwe failing to take care of their HIV and AIDS crisis. And to kind of understand this problem better, we'll be digesting it using the human resources framework primarily. So for us to be able to go further, I need to give a quick explanation of these frameworks. So basically, the human rights framework was established to basically ensure every human being has access to their basic rights, which is health, clean water, and etc. And the human resources framework is conveniently broken up into four pillars, which is accountability, non-discrimination, participation, and indivisibility. And these pillars kind of help the parties understand what they need to do better in order to provide better human rights. So accountability basically means that the government or the party that's in charge needs to be held fully accountable for what's happening to their people. Non-discrimination means that if the government, decides on providing a solution or, a fix to a calamity that they're going through, it needs to be in a manner that does not discriminate everybody. Third is participation. What that means is that is the government consolidating the solution that they are, driving with people that are actually affected to kind of understand their situation better and make better decisions. And fourth is indivisibility, and that's basically understanding if this problem is a singular problem or the determinants around this problem that make it more complex. And another framework that we'll be dabbling into is Paul Farmer's structural violence. And that basically means, are there any structural inequalities and violence that prevent people from getting their human rights? So in this case study, we'll understand, that we know that Zimbabwe is going through HIV and AIDS outbreak. And their condition is worsening due to economy and politics and their policies. And their government don't know exactly how to address the determining factors around this problem, which is poverty, failing healthcare systems, and lack of resources and gender inequality. So because of that, this problem is worsening day by day because it's a problem that has a lot of determining factors attached to it. And in addition to that, there are strict government policies that don't allow social service and justice, remediation for the situation and other structural violence that goes beyond this, like mandatory relocations and etc. And this structural violence combined with them doing a very bad job of addressing the determining factor is causing the spread to even be faster. So now that we know what's going on in Zimbabwe, let's assess it using the human resources framework. So first of all, accountability. So as I read during the case study, the government is not being held accountable enough, or they don't really care themselves, because internationally they've been they've been pressured to kind of make the situation, the determining factors around the HIV problem better in the Zimbabwe, but they haven't been able to make those things better. So it's a unique thing that internationally you're supposed to be forced for you to care about your people. So they're not being accountable. So they're failing first part of the human resources framework. The second part, which is very disturbing, is the non-discrimination part. So this was disturbing to me because I understood that Zimbabwe is providing their HIV and AIDS prevention in kind of a hierarchy, and males are getting these treatments first than females, or females don't have access to it at all, or if you're in a high social status, you're getting it before the people that are in poverty, which is very disturbing. And also a lot of the policies that they are making these judgments with their own perspective, and they're not talking with people who are poor, who have the disease, which is the majority of the population. This makes them make a lot of uninformed decisions, which is a waste of money and effort, and ultimately makes the situation worse. And the fourth part of this, human resources factors is indivisibility. And if you heard me, during a presentation, you'll see that there are a lot of determining factors around this problem, including the inaccessibility to proper healthcare systems, poverty, and gender inequality, and a lot of more political problems that the people in Zimbabwe are facing. And this inequality in access to access to healthcare by the gender and social status is the structural violence and inequality that Farmer mentions. So how can they make this better? What would be their future direction? In my opinion, Zimbabwe needs to do a better job, overall. So to solve this problem, they need to take a holistic approach, identify each of the determinants, and try to work on those. And once every determinant it gets better, I promise the HIV and AIDS numbers will drop, because all of these problems are interconnected and intertwined.